Of the considerable number of bikes accessible in India today, the Aprilia SR125 is by a long shot the sportiest and the most captivating to ride. Furthermore, it's done genuinely well as far as deals as well, with around 32,000 units sold a year ago, which is only a couple of thousand, not as much as the consolidated offers of the Vespa Go. Yet, there was an unordinary issue. Aprilia saw that various purchasers were enchanted with what the SR brought to the table, however appeared to connect 150cc with a limit more suited to a cruiser and figured it may be excessively for a bike. Obviously, this was simply an issue of observation. Thus, while the first arrangement for the SR was for it to remain a 150, Aprilia later chose to offer it in a lower spec limit too, since the market obviously isn't developed enough at this time. Enter the SR125. Basically, this is a SR150 with a heart transplant. So it's nothing unexpected that the 125 looks almost indistinguishable to its huge sibling. All the bodywork and the mechanicals are pretty much the same. Beside a marginally longer seat and new shading plans, you won't have the capacity to differentiate the two one from the other. Aprilia reasons it is endeavoring to enhance pillion comfort, yet a short ride with a pillion uncovered that the seat still feels somewhat smaller and a get rail is woefully missed. The SR125 doesn't convey the split get rail from the 150, yet you can purchase a more customary one as a discretionary additional. Peculiarly enough, you need to purchase the side remain as an adornment as well, and Aprilia says the same applies to the 152. Not exceptionally decent, considering how much these bikes cost. Those are basically the visual contrasts between the 125 and the 150. The rest continues as before, including their flawless 14-inch wheels, sharp bodywork, fundamental dials, to be moved up to a computerized show on the SR150, and switchgear of rather normal quality. The SR125 acquires its engine from the Vespa 125, however in a marginally unique condition of tune. Where the Vespa makes 10.06 horsepower and 10.6 Nm, the Aprilia makes a lower 9.52 horsepower and 9.8 Nm. Gratefully, the execution doesn't appear to endure by any stretch of the imagination, likely on the grounds that the Aprilia runs an alternate equipping to the Vespa, like the setup on the SR150. Regarding curb weight, Aprilia cites an indistinguishable 122 kg from the SR150, so there are no increases there. The motor delivers a blunt sound, in any case feels enjoyably smooth and unstressed all through the rev run. We haven't tried it yet passing by the sheer seat of the pants feeling, this feels like the speediest bike in the portion. 80 km/h thinks of straightforwardness, and the speedo needle continues moving until it maximizes at 120 km/h. Unbelievable as that may sound, our involvement with the SR150 uncovers that the speedometer is profoundly idealistic and that genuine speed really drifts around the 100 km/h stamp. In any case, that is speedy for any bike in this fragment. In this way, truly, the SR125 has a best speed, essentially keeping pace with its enormous sibling, yet the distinction comes in with observably less earnestness when you open the throttle, particularly at bring-down velocities. We haven't had an opportunity to test fuel proficiency either, however Aprilia says it should return in regards to 4.5 kpl, around 10% more. Still a decent handler. Completely. Furthermore, that is nothing unexpected thinking about that the skeleton, suspension, and brakes are the same. The 14-inch wheels offer unmatched levels of steadiness, and the tie-sourced V-elastic offers great grasp. Braking execution is superb as well, with a capable front plate and a simple-to-adjust raised drum. Demonstrate the SR125 a smooth arrangement of streets, and no bike this side of the SR150 will put a more extensive smile all over. Be that as it may, smooth streets are rare, and that is the point at which the SR125 endures. Much the same as its kin, the harsh streets draw out a firm and jumpy feeling from the front fork, and that gets tiring. What's more, it's this extremely normal for the SR conveys us to the finish of this survey. Would it be a good idea for me to get one? The SR125 is as yet a hoot of a bike, and it truly isn't much slower than the SR150. Be that as it may, regardless of whether you should get one for the esteem and common sense it intends to offer raises a few questions. To begin with, this remaining part's a Brazen Games bike, which implies that ride comfort is basically non-existent. You additionally don't get an exceptionally open floor or under-seat stockpiling territory. Rider's shorter than 5 feet 6 and won't care for the seat stature either.